Well, time for a roundup, as I've been doing the covers with the Neumann microphones, the 105, 104 Plus, and the 104. I'm just going to hold them up so I can get a shot for the front of the video thing on YouTube. I've reviewed them before. I don't know if I've reviewed them individually. Certainly I've reviewed this and used it on a number of videos. And I did a video called the Neumann Sisters, which compared these three. I have noticed since doing the covers that actually using them gives me a bit more of an insight sometimes. Yeah, maybe a little bit more. Not so much than these, I was going to say, but maybe a little bit. What I'll do is just go through them and we'll just listen. And then I'll play the clips from the tracks that I did and tell you what I noticed on listening back and what I remember at the time. But I'll just go through them here. This then is the 105, and I'm quite familiar with it. I'm quite familiar with a bit of that there, which I've mentioned before, and not much going on down there. And that, I called it the mascara. So that's the 105, 105, 105, 105, 105. Very gentle there. I don't know what it is, but we'll soon find out. Sounds like it's hypercardioid to me. I could be wrong. I think it is. This is the 104 Plus, and immediately a bit more ooh, 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 ooh. And we know the 104 Plus has got extra bass, and not so much at the top there. And the top, we'll go back through in a minute, is doesn't show so much now. Anyway, but we'll listen, I'll mention later. So that's the 105. So 105. No, sorry, 104 Plus, 104 Plus. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that this is cardioid, and this is cardioid, and I believe so, that this one's cardioid. That's the 104 Plus. Going to move straight onto the 104. Now I'm on the 104, and yeah, just as Neumann say, perhaps you can hear there isn't quite so much of the low end down there. Not so much of the low end down there. What have I got? I've got some notes here. I've noticed with doing these covers what microphones are like in terms of moving. And I've noticed that the condensers are very easy to control. They don't suddenly disappear when you move away from them. So they're very nice and smooth and easy to control. All of the condensers I've used. And also the Biodynamic M88 Dynamic. Don't know why that would be, because it's got a light diaphragm. I suppose it's sort of edging towards a condenser, really. Whereas some of the dynamics, I notice as soon as I move, it's like it does that, it sort of disappears. So I notice that they're very nice about that. Let's go between these, and if I can manage it. No. Well, actually, I'm going to leave this one out of it, the 104, and just use the 104 Plus. Just go between them first, then, so you can hear. And then I'm going to leave one of them out, so I've got free hand. So this is the 104, 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 this is the 104. This is the 104 Plus, a little bit louder to me. This is the 104 Plus, this is the 104 Plus, and yeah, when I get there on the 104 Plus, you can hear that bass increase. Not low enough for me, ends up being a bit boomy, but they did say it was for females. So, yeah. With the 104, yeah. If you're wearing headphones, you'll hear that that's not there. So the 104 Plus and the 105. The 104 Plus, and now the 105. The 104 Plus, the 104 Plus, and now the 105, and now the 105. So yes, when I bring the 105 in, you can hear it gets So down there, I don't know if you can hear that. The 104 Plus is cleaner to my ears anyway. Yeah, so my voice ends up, if I do low notes, ends up sounding very papery because they're not there, but yeah, because it's close, you get a lot of the yeah, 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 yeah. This one, of course, shows them up. It's yeah, just doesn't sound very clear. Let me look at this top end business. 104 plus. 104 will be the same round that area. Now, I could be prone to baloney, but this is, in that area, there's more detail to my ears in this one, and I think I know why. To me, none of them as clear as, well, so, price wise, no, none of them as clear as this. None of them as, neither of them is as fast. This one's clearer to me, and I think it's the foam. I've been doing some experimenting with, at course to do some experimenting with foam and so on. But what can you do? I've done quite a bit of experimenting on and off and listening. I'm going to deliver that to you, if you like, in due course. On and off and listening and changing this and changing that. And the foam, yes, it stops the pops. Mostly. Sometimes it creates a few as the breath hits the foam and you get the foam going. But generally, good. Okay. But it smears the lot. Smears everything. And I've got some good evidence for that, which I'll, as I say, we'll get to in another video. But what can you do? So this one doesn't have the foam, as you remember. It's got several stages, and it's very good. Several stages of mesh. Got one there, if you remember the other video. Got one there, very fine. And would you believe it? You've got one you probably can't see there, round about there. And then I believe they went to town. No, don't think so. I thought there might be another one just on the inside of this, but I don't think so. But, got enough, haven't they? So I think that's why this one sounds clearer. And we'll just recap with the other one. With the 104 plus, and 104 is the same. I don't think 104 is not quite the same. So that, whatever that is, a little bit of mesh underneath it, and then, wow, foam round the side. And then I would say a wad of foam down to about there. So before we move on and listen, and I summarise, let's just have a listen to those pops and see how effective that is. Very difficult. What are you going to do? If I say time and time again, you've got to have something. Got to have something. What are you going to have? Anything you put there is going to make a difference. So these are the pops on the 105. Remember, it doesn't go low though. The pops on the 105. The pops on the 105. The pops on the pops. Woo! That was. I've got to stop doing that. I don't think that was really just a pop. The pops. The pops on the who. I would say that for pops and breath noise, that the 105, is exceptional. Of course, it doesn't go low, but it goes low enough for you to be able to hear if there was a problem with it. So I think that's one of the best results of any microphone that I've got in regards to that. So I'm going to play the videos now, and then I'll tell you what I noticed after that.
If you're feeling sad and lonely, there's a service I can render. Tell this one who loves you only, 'cause I can be so warm and tender. Call me in the cool of the evening when everybody's feeling kinda groovy. I call you up and ask you, would you like to go with me and see a movie? Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho. If you call, I'll be right with you. You and I should be together. Take this love I long to give you. I'll be at your side forever. Just like a ghost, you've been haunting my dreams, but now I know you're not what you seem. Love is kinda crazy with a spooky little ghost. Como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo perderte, perderte después.
Well, the results for me then were pretty much as Neumann, yes, as Neumann suggests to some extent, and as I've known all along. Even as I'm talking now, I can hear the mascara on the 105. I put crisp, airy, S's, and upper breath. S's and clear upper breath. That's what I've heard. 104 plus. But for the 104 plus, you can hear, it's nice, more muted. Could you hear? I could hear that immediately. I switched onto it. I put and a tad muffled, maybe compared to this one. You know, ears respond very ear memory, oral memories are very short. It seems to me. So no complaints if you hadn't heard the other one, or the Earthworks. Maybe a little bit dynamic in that, but nice. And you've got that lower end push going on to the 104. This is the plus on the 104, and there immediately I do that. I want to bring it in to get a bit more of that proximity, a bit more bass in there, which this one has. They're roughly the same as best I can, volume levels. So yeah, exactly what Neumann say, really. Very, very similar. That was on the quieter sections. Going to the louder sections, what I heard with the 105 on the louder sections, I thought it worked very well when it was high and loud. The low end wasn't there, so that wasn't missing, couldn't hear it, and it managed to push that through. Or, I mean, my voice pushes it through, really, doesn't need it. That's the thing, I'm getting a bit carried away. The fact is that I feel I don't need it, don't need all this shaping that people do. But nonetheless, there it was, and you could hear it, if you want that kind of thing. The 104 plus, I put the 104 plus thicker sounding and not so airy. Or not when I was doing the louder stuff. I noticed that again, that it's kind of thicker, which I said before, on the quieter ones. And the 104, we know the same without the bass. Well, there we are. So that's what I felt using them. I'm obviously happy to use any of them, if I were to choose one, I'd be in trouble. I'll tell you why. I'd probably have to go for the 104 Plus for my voice, but I'd miss the... did I do it on the Neumann thing? I must have. But you can bear with me again. I must have, when I did the Neumann Sisters, I must have taken the 104 Plus, surely, and looked to see, make sure I got the right one, whether the 105 top would fit. I must have, I can't remember. Okay. The answer there is no. That bit doesn't fit because of this black plastic. And I'm not going to... Oh. Bang goes my guarantee. Well, it was gone a long time ago anyway. Oh, there you go. That's what's under there. So I'm guessing that's kind of a blast reduction, don't you think? Don't know. I'm no engineer. Anyway. So let's see. I think that's going to have to go. No, it's not. Doesn't really fit very well like that, but so let's see. Something's stopping it. Oh, I see, it hits the top there, does it? Forgive me. I think that's going to have to go. Then we'll see. So now that's sitting right above them. Let's just get on with it. So, without screwing it up too hard. I don't think I did do that. I don't remember. That's not a look I remember. So, now I'm on the 104 Plus. Now I'm on the 104 Plus. Now I'm on the 104. Yeah, I can't trust myself. Luckily, I can go between the two. Now I'm on the 104. 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 Now I'm on the 104 Plus with the... Now I'm on 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 the... Is it me? 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 Is it? 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 To me, this sounds harder and not so clear. Is it? Is it? Is it? Is it? Is it? Is it? You can hear the foam. Try and get rid of that. Something about this. Something about this. Something about this. I don't know. I'll leave it up to you. But I think to answer the question then, which would I choose? Well, if Neumann were to have a 104 Plus, and maybe let it go even lower still. But out of these three then, the 104 Plus with this, to me, is the answer. Seems to me, just seems that little bit clearer and lighter and more natural at the top without the huge wad of foam. So anyway, enough. Enough is too much, I fear. Hope that was of more use than confusion for you. And keep well. See you next time.